Hi, I'm Melissa Goodman. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist and a cleanse expert in Los Angeles, California. I'm a cancer survivor, and I am just recently getting over hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's. I'm healing myself from that illness. And so I'm so excited today to be interviewing Fern Olivia, who is the thyroid whisperer. You are going to love listening to what she has to say. And I don't know if you know, but 200 million people have thyroid issues. And 60% of the people out there in the world do not know they have a thyroid issue. It is more prevalent in women than it is in men. And it is the fastest growing illness and autoimmune disease out there today. So Fern, I can't tell you how excited I am to have you here. She's also a really dear friend of mine. So we connected about a year ago, and ever since we've been bonded together. So I am dying to know how you became the thyroid whisperer.
Yes, Alyssa, thank you so much for having me here today. The moment that we met, just this we just bonded instantly, and I'm so happy that we are on the same path to empower people with thyroid health. So my journey, similar to yours, I was diagnosed with a hypothyroid condition back in 2002 maybe. I was in high school at the time. And throughout my own journey from going doctor to doctor to doctor and feeling at the mercy of a blood test or another magic pill that just wasn't working, I began to become my own researcher. I studied biomedical engineering in college and went into finance and was feeling hopeless because I couldn't be my own doctor and the doctors didn't know what was wrong with me. And it took really getting in touch with my own emotions, realizing I was on the wrong career path, in an emotionally toxic relationship, to really discovering all of these different components that were healing versus destroying my health. And I began to be really empowered and wanting to share that knowledge with everyone around me in healing their own bodies.
I know, I read about you and the program you have put together to actually train people all over the world to help others with the thyroid disease and Hashimoto's and all of that is remarkable.
Thank you.
And how did you end up designing something of this nature to?
Yeah, so I've studied different yogic lineages, Ayurveda, functional medicine, nutrition. I studied all these different modalities that help me heal my own body. And I was working with a lot of clients one-on-one. And I realized I needed to make this work available all over the world and have a ripple effect. So training teachers, health coaches, different types of health practitioners to be able to take thyroid yoga into their practice and spread it out into the world. It became this purpose I knew I had, because I've been a mentor and a teacher and a coach, a business coach. I've been that for so many women, and it was just the next level of creating more of a container for teachers to have this knowledge and bring it into the world.
So fabulous.
Thank you.
What would you say is the number one thing if someone is struggling with this issue, this health issue? Because I know for myself when I see clients, and I see a lot of clients with thyroid issues and Hashimoto's, but what is, the one thing you could tell them that can help them?
It's open your mouth and speak. And it's
a good one.
It's giving yourself the nourishment and the self-care, of course. It's also the one of the biggest issues I notice with women with thyroid conditions is that they're afraid to speak their truth, or they're not sure how to express themselves in their careers, in their relationships. And a different type, I was talking about this before off camera, was that a lot of times different personalities will shut your voice down, and understanding what those personalities are and how you back off from expressing yourself, whether it's saying no, because a lot of us are people pleasers and we want to help everyone in the world, we end up not helping ourselves. So for me, what I tell women is how to really express themselves in the world. We do a lot of mantra and chanting and sighing and moaning and all of these ways that so many women are afraid, whether it's in their real life at work, whether it's in the bedroom. I mean, there's so many different places that we can express ourselves, and oftentimes we feel shameful or stuck or unheard or not worthy of sharing our voice. So that's a big component that a lot of times the Western doctors won't even touch the surface of that. And I realized that the worst of my symptoms, if I can trace back every single time that I've had a really big autoimmune episode, it was when I was in a situation where I wasn't expressing myself.
So you're saying, because it's interesting, why more women get this disease than men? And it is what you're saying. Is it because, women aren't voicing what how they feel? They aren't talking about how they feel. Men do more of that than women. Is that
Yes and
sort of
no.
the reason?
There's hormonally, there's a lot going on with women right now, especially with what's going on politically, what's going on environmentally. We're getting a lot of toxins from our foods, from the environment, and then also the big component is women are more and more feeling the call to be leaders in the world. And for so long, we've been energetically stuck, or feeling like we're not worthy of expressing our voice in that way. In the past, we've been hung, we've been burned at the stake. Women have had this, this history of not feeling safe to speak their truth. So, I agree with so many of the medical diagnoses around the thyroid condition, but there's also a huge emotional, spiritual, energetic component that now more and more practitioners, the medical medium, for example, is looking into all of those different, those reasons why, our body is so aligned with how we feel and our spiritual center. And, doctors are starting to look at that even more as meditation and yoga are becoming, more acceptable and more, they're being given for patients, and that's why, because our body and our mind are connected.
Right. It all needs to flow.
Exactly.
Right? Our energy needs to flow. Yes. We need to feel calm.
Yes.
Which is, like you said, what's going on in the world is really a hard thing to do these days. So are you on thyroid medication?
Not at the current moment. So I've gone on and off. Some of the time I will go completely off just to see how my body is, just to reset my body, and then use that as kind of the starting point to see what I really need. And then there will be times where I take supplements instead, and take adrenal support formulas and really nurture my adrenals and that's usually the root cause of the thyroid issues. Am I sleeping? Am I nurturing myself enough? And the medication's only a Band-Aid, so I like to take myself off it and see is my body sluggish and can I not handle life? And if that's the case, I need to go back to the source. What's my digestive system look like? What's my gut look like? Am I absorbing the food that I'm eating? Am I feeling energized? Am I getting enough sleep? So, just relying on a magic pill isn't really going to serve me in the long run.
Right. Because people say, the doctors say, you're going to be on this pill for the rest of your life. And so you don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I don't believe
but
that.
You don't believe that.
And I mean, there's certain times I definitely don't tell my clients, hey, I'm going to get you off medication. That's never my goal. My goal is to help you, number one, feel better. And when you feel better, then maybe you can start to decrease your dosage working with a medical practitioner. But again, I never recommend anyone go cold turkey.
Right.
And the truth is the thyroid medication isn't the worst medication that you can be on. So many people are just like, I want to get off all medication. Your body might need that at the current moment. So to just be gentle and compassionate and figure out what exactly might be going on in the other areas of your life that you can modify first to help you feel better.
That's brilliant. I feel the same way, because I know I feel like you can heal. Your body wants to heal. You can heal. And through what you're saying, all those modalities, you can heal yourself.
Absolutely.
And you can go off the medication and not be on it for the rest of your life. Yes. So, but it's all about taking ownership of yourself, right? And what's working and what's not working for you.
Taking ownership is huge. And understanding that, yes, you have the power to make the changes in your life. You have the power to go to sleep at a certain time. You have the power to take care of yourself in the morning before taking care of everyone else.
And, this is such an epidemic out there. So the internet is crazy and buzzing with all of these things about what not to do, what to do, the goitrogens, vegetables.
Yes.
I'm curious what your thoughts are on that.
It's such a big controversy. It's crazy. I mean, so many clients go to me and they say, I can't eat anything. I'm like, well, what can't you eat? And they're like, kale, cauliflower, bok choy, broccoli. I'm like, yes, you can eat all of those things. I always recommend cooking foods like that because they're better for the digestion, to have, a little bit of steamed cauliflower, steamed broccoli, lightly, just, you're keeping all the enzymes there, but your body, if you're tending to get gassy a lot. But goitrogens, there was a study back in 1920 where this woman in Asia ate about, I don't know how many pounds of bok choy. It was like all she was eating. And she got really sick and she had a goiter. So, I mean, if you go back to the research and you understand what really happened, that's why there's so much, you know, negativity around kale and those kind of cruciferous vegetables.
Right.
But in all truth, they have cancer-fighting phytonutrients that are really helpful for the body. And, you know, eat more greens. You know, the world is not going to get, you know, be a bad place if you eat your greens. You really should be doing that, filling up your plate with the greens, and then adding, you know, the protein sources that feel good for your body, and avocados, sweet potatoes, all of those things.
So you're debunking a little bit of...
Debunking.
Yes.
I love to debunk because so many
here.
women come to me and they feel so hopeless. I can't. I have a client that she said, I don't know what to eat, so I just don't eat. And I'm like, no, let's fix this. Because she went to one doctor that put her on the blood type diet, and from there she was off all of these foods, and when we incorporated them back in her diet, she actually felt fine. So it was this deprivation that she felt that was actually, she was not nourishing her body, so her body was holding on to more weight. And then she also was feeling malnourished in all of her other components of her life, because she was just feeling so like she wasn't worthy of joy and of pleasure. And really, food is our core source of nourishment. So we really need to let ourselves, you know, enjoy those foods in moderation, besides things like gluten, besides things like, you know, the inflammatory foods that we can absolutely talk about. But the, you know, the core of it is eat your vegetables, eat your cruciferous vegetables.
And what about soy? That's another one that's out there that is all over saying no soy.
Yeah, so soy is GMO mostly in the US. Monsanto is one of the biggest producers of soy, and GMOs, there's research that shows that it can negatively affect the hormone balance in the body, the endocrine system, which is a big deal. And, you know, we really don't know in the long term what GMOs can do for our body. So I say avoid soy, avoid corn, because they are GMOs.
Perfect. That's so good too, because I always get that question.
Yes.
You know, the doctor said no soy, no of the cruciferous veggies. It's like a little crazy making to me, right? Because as a cancer survivor, I mean, I believe that those are the cancer fighting foods, and soy can be a great protein source. So what about like what you were saying earlier, when you're not on the thyroid medication, what kind of supplements will help, or maybe a few, one or two that will boost your adrenals that you love? Or
I love this question. Okay, so I love the Ayurvedic herbs Shilajit. Have you heard of Shilajit?
Love Shilajit.
Love Shilajit, and combining that with ashwagandha. Research shows that it actually can reduce thyroid nodules, which is huge. So those are the two that I love the most, and I love adaptogenic herbs.
Yes.
You know, they work with the body, and you can't really overdo them, which is a great thing, because your body will react to them and, you know, create the balance. That's why they're synergistic.
Okay.
So rhodiola is another one that I love. Rhodiola is great for the immune system and also for the energy levels and the adrenals, as well as chaga mushrooms, reishi, cordyceps. I love all the medicinal mushrooms. They're great for the body. They boost immune system function. I couldn't, you know, take enough of them. I love them.
Yeah, I agree. I do the same thing. A little, like I'm every day.
Every day.
Yes.
In the tonics and the smoothies.
Right, exactly.
I love matcha too. I know that's not a supplement, but matcha is also great for the cancer-fighting nutrients, and it's a great source of caffeine that won't create jitters. So we'll love matcha.
Exactly. So you have some oils.
I do.
And you have a company that you have also created. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I love your oils, and I want the rest of the world to know about what you do, because they are fabulous.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so when I was creating my protocol for my own healing, I found out about essential oils. And I learned that there were certain essential oils that have synergistic properties to heal the body, to support the adrenals, to pacify inflammation. Some of these are frankincense, lemongrass, rose geranium, peppermint. I was like, wow, this is incredible. I can apply these to my body and I'll decrease the inflammation and smell great. Wow, amazing. So being my own little alchemist, I started getting the rollerball bottles and just dropping in essential oils and then putting them all over my body and rolling it. I have one here. I roll it on my...
Yeah, which one is that?
This one's Grace. This is, I think, this is the one that smells like love. It's an aphrodisiac, passion potent.
Is that what you're wearing?
Yes.
It smells euphoric.
Thank you. Yes, I get stopped a lot, and so I just draw the infinity sign on my throat. And what I was doing
Brilliant.
is, Yeah, right? And it traces a thyroid gland, and then you can also massage a little bit side to side and massage your heart, any energy centers where you feel like you want to just create more balance and sensuality in your life. And what I was doing in my yoga classes, I was rubbing this on my clients in Shavasana, and they were telling me, I don't shower after class. I don't shower or wash my hair for like a week. I was like, that's dirty. Like, let me give you some. So I was just giving my students these oils so they would shower. And then people were like, you really need to make this into a business. And I just didn't have the time when I was living in New York, right before I moved to LA. I got to LA, had some time on my hands, and one of my friends was just like, let me help you with branding, because this needs to be something that you sell and produce, because so many people could benefit from these oils. And they're beautiful. I use all organic, therapeutic grade essential oils. They're sourced from California, and then from there, distilleries all around the world. So very high standards. I love creating products that people can feel really confident about putting on their bodies, because again, we don't want to use products with chemicals. There's so much in our environment right now that we need to stay away from, especially if we have a thyroid condition. So I create a whole body care line with oils, for massage oils, for sun care, for face, for hair. It's amazing what you can create with just pure essential oils and hydrate your skin. And everyone always asks why my skin is so pure and so clean. And it's because I only put, these products on my skin. So, and I smell good. And everyone around me is smelling good too, because it's like they're taking them from me. So it's really wonderful to empower yourself with essential oils. They really can heal your body.
I know. They've been around for centuries.
So,
and they're natural and 100% natural. So that's what I love about them. I mean, they can heal so many different ailments.
Yes.
So what is on the agenda for you in the rest of the year? Because I know there's a lot of exciting things happening.
Yes.
And I love following that on your social media. And I also want to find out where people can find you.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes. So besides for expanding the fragrance line, creating a candle as well, because I'm all about creating beauty rituals, and with the thyroid condition, reminding yourself you're worthy of feeling great and you're worthy of being healed. So I'm also writing a book around that as well. It's called Beauty and the Thyroid, and I'm writing the proposal now. So it's going to be, in the works this next year, and it's going to include beauty rituals for thyroid health, yoga sequences, meditations, recipes, and it's made a big picture book with lots of inspiration and guidance. So that's really exciting for me. I just have so much to share with the world, and this is going to get it out in a big way. And besides that, I have the online video course on Mind, Body, Green, and another video course that I developed from my teacher trainings that I've had in New York and LA. So anyone all over the world can become a certified thyroid yoga practitioner. So very exciting.
Wow. Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Very proud of you.
Thank you.
That is Fern Olivia. She is really a prize and joy in this world. And you really not only are helping people with thyroid issues, but you really are helping people with all different types of health issues. So, and you could just tell by the way you radiate love and encouragement to help people heal. And and to own their health. Like, I'm a big advocate these days on really trying to teach people to own their health and really take charge to feel better, because you can heal from anything, I believe.
Absolutely.
So I really have been a pleasure to spend time with you today, and I can't wait to talk to you more, and I will be the first one to buy your book.
Oh, thank you.
And I don't know anyone else out there doing what you're doing, sort of to encompass all of the healing processes for thyroid. So I just am so grateful to have you as a resource.
Thank you so much. Likewise, it's wonderful being on this, this crusade to help women and men as well with thyroid health, because it's something that's so, it's so needed. When I was going through my struggle, I wish that there were people like us that were there back when I was, hopeless and feeling like no one understood me. So thank you for doing this work and for making it so available to the world.
You're welcome. And we forget the men. How did we forget the men? We do.
Yeah.
I mean, it is more women.
It's more women, but
men do have it. So
yes, and
the men are invited to do this too with us.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alyssa.